What special abilities do some people have during dreams that others don't? Depends on what you have achieved in waking life. Some can float just above the ground. Others may soar over steep heights and trench into deep lows. If you will, you can change the texture of the dream. You may alter it for ultra-vivid viewership. Or dull it and add a grainy texture for a crispy, old movie effect. I knew a friend once who told me that he was disturbed at the power he had in his dreams. Capable of creating characters out of will and naming them. It was not to his surprise that I connected him to already being a people's person in his waking life. This part of him overlapped into the dream realm. And he admitted that he too could manipulate others, to my surprise. Another, a pastor. From a church near me. Out of his entire congregation. Encroached in my peripheral one Sunday, saw and took me to the side. We talked. We came to a stop at dreams. He tried handing me biblical analogies, I'll guess because of the context. I stopped him. Asked him what he thought. This he told me. I am a pastor. I see all who come and go from my church. They all to go to their private lives after. I know they sin. This does not bother. They come to me to hear what the Bible says. But I, the leader, knows that some are here because they were coaxed. Afraid of their minds, its conjurations, and needing to cope. They flock here every weekend. For a bit of hope. And to hear that they may get what it is they desire from God. But to arrive here because you are afraid of going to hell. Is a stone rolled from out of your path. For even I am tormented by things unexplainable in my dreams. He lamented that he lacked the facilities and the personal faculties to lead. And I understood why he dropped his upright stature to tell me this. Away from Franz secretive eyes. I, for one, lack this power to change much in my dream. Yet I have a knack for retrieving lost memories and befriending a lot of the dream characters. In my dream I saw someone who in reality was deceased, but in my dream she was alive and sitting across from me at a dining table in my mom's home. My husband was in the dream as well as a few other people. The deceased person rose and I took a moment to note her attire. It was purple and black. I noticed or deduced or mentally noted at that time in the dream that the color of her clothing was intended as an important message to me. But at the same time I also noted that this lady in reality had passed away already and she is not alive to be sitting here up and about, which means this scene cannot be real? I then turned to my husband, in the dream, and I said to him, "This is a dream. Hey, we are in a dream." He wasn't answering, and so I turned to face him directly, and that is when I noticed he was very much blurred out. I immediately thought, clearly, my husband is not really here and he is also clearly not an important player in this dream. I chose to not follow the person who was at the center of this dream's message or my unconscious thought, the deceased person. Because suddenly it felt weird to me, being in a dream, and so the dream ended because I was now consciously in control of this dream. That is called lucid dreaming. When in your dream you are aware that in reality you are in a dream state. It would have been better if I weren't lucid in that dream. I might never know how that dream would have played itself out had I not been lucid dreaming. If I had not experienced lucid dreaming I would have thought it would be cool and that I could explore all there is, such as lucid flying, etc. But it is lonely and empty in there if everyone else does not exist. If the world around you is not real. Next time if I wake up in my dream I will remember to try out some superhero stunts like laser eyes or superhuman strength. I'd try and see if I could fly up to the moon and see what that looks like. The lucid dreaming begins when you realize sometime during the dream that what is happening around you could not logically be happening. Many people today have learned how to use their dream state or function effectively in subconscious. When you are effective, then you can tap that frequency to tap the universe for answers to any of your projects in mind, and the answers come to you in dream state. The universal consciousness flows with the same energy as your life force energy. Whatever has been thought, invented, or written by man since the beginning is available in an invisible library. To tap into this library you got to be in the same frequency as the universal consciousness or you will not receive an information. Strangely, it only works with images and energy, no conversations. Example, you are able to function at will in your subconscious. You can try this experiment. Assume you have interest in the unfinished projects of a great scientist. No university is running this subject, but you are curious, so visualize the image of this scientist and start reading the topic if you have it. If not, create single short sentence to the point. I want to tap energy and convert to electricity for a poor village. Guide me with the mechanics and mathematics. Or you want find a solution to eradicate pandemic virus. Ask the universe to give you a scientist as a counselor or this subject, then focus on the subject and make a mental image of your project on a screen. Before you fall asleep, read about your scientist or your project and you will receive answers in your dream. If you are tuned in or gifted with special abilities in dream state, most of the scientific theories before scientists could confirm data of the universe, planets, distance, axis and sun, moon or stars was done with the ability to function in the subconscious, so it is not out of reach, weird or extraordinary.